Hey everyone, Barry from Music Tech Info. Hope you're doing well today. So in this video, we're going to be covering the new updates to Suno and Udio. They have introduced stem splitting, which is really important for you guys if you want to make your own music and put your own stamp on it. So I'm going to go through that in this video. I am on holiday in Rhodes at the moment, so I'll quickly show you the view before we make a start. And I will be using my iPhone just to let you know. So let's get started. So the Suno updates, first of all, this is portrait, so apologies, because Discord on the app is only portrait only. Interestingly, Suno have something really big in the works, because on the 27th of July, they basically said they've got a few slots open for feedback. Now, the point of this feedback was to basically see new functionality, okay? You'd schedule a 45-minute interview with them, which is a long time. You'd sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. That I haven't come across publicly before, so that's interesting. They obviously want people to help give feedback on something big. It must be quite experimental if this is what they're doing. Then you join the interview and then you get paid $40 straight to your email address. So I wanted to just report on that first of all before we go into the new functionality, because that's obviously saying to me that they are cooking something big in the works. So don't think that this latest functionality is it. It's going to continue to grow. The platform's going to continue to change. So yeah, very excited about finding out new updates on that. So the latest updates for Suno is now stems. Now this is something that music producers and people interested in making music have really wanted for a long time. And for Pro and Premiere users, they can now separate only the vocals and instrumentals from songs, just to let you know, which will still give you more control over how to use Suno. Now, Udio allows to separate more stems, but I'll come on to that in a moment. So it's just the vocals and instrumentals from songs. Now, the way that you'd use it is you go to the library or create as normal, and you click on the vertical ellipse button on a song row. You then go click Get Stems. If you're not there already, you'll be navigated to the Create page where you will see two new clips that are being generated. So it's in the same place basically as where all of your other tracks are. I really would like to see folders actually in the song results page, because it's just getting too big for me. So one stem will be the instrumentals and the other will be the vocals, but at least you can take those vocals and put them onto one of your tracks, for example, or maybe you just want the instrumentals without the vocals. So you'll be able to control what you want to do with those stems, which is really cool. A lot of people are asking that aren't really, I don't want to say true musicians because that's a bit rude. They're not, they're new to this and they're just interested in creating songs. Some people are just interested in creating money from songs, but they are asking, how can you add the stems in? How can you manipulate them? How do you take some vocals off and not others? The answer is really, you need to learn a digital audio workstation. Now, if you've got an iPad or an iPhone or an Android phone, I use Cubasis. Now, Cubasis is like a stem half Cubase. And I love it because of its simplicity. It's really easy to use. And I've actually done the tutorial, just to let you know, on my channel. So go and check that out if you are interested. And it's fairly reasonable. There's also RipX, which I use particularly for changing, say, the pitch of vocals and things like that. So check out RipX. Again, I've done a video on that before on this channel. And go subscribe if you're interested in this content, because I get a lot of you not subscribing but are interested and may put in a comment. So yeah, so you'll get the instrumentals and the other will be the vocals. You can then download or extend each individual clip. Now that's really cool functionality, because I didn't even think about that until this was released. You're still able to use version 1 of this feature, which is cool if you want to. So that's really quite cool. I was really pleased about that, and that was announced on the 24th of July. So that's Suno. Now if I check Udio out, Udio, let me just quickly get to the right page. They've announced release of Udio version 1.5. You'll get better audio quality. You'll get a dedicated creation page. You'll get stem downloads, key guidance, remixing or audio uploads, audio remixing, and more. That seems to be a lot more functionality than Suno's currently got, and that was announced on the 24th. So they are neck and neck at the moment in terms of trying to be the winner in this AI music space. So you can jump right into udio.com on desktop or mobile web to see for yourselves, and you can also learn more and hear examples here. So they've got a blog post that you can check out. We also welcome you to follow us on social media. So if I have a quick look at the blog post now, we'll have a bit more information in terms of that. Just wait for it to load. I love talking about AI music. I started with music NFTs on this channel and then developed into AI music, and it's just so exciting, it really is. Right, so this is the Udio 1.5 blog post. It's their most advanced music model yet, with a host of improvements over their version 1 model. Now they still have version 1 to use. There has been some complaints. Some people are saying it's better in version 1.5, others are reverting back to version 1. But apparently in version 1.5 you're getting improved audio quality, you're getting key control, which is really cool for changing the pitch of a song, and improved global language results. So they've updated their model, but they've also got a dedicated creation page, stem downloads functionality, audio to audio, which is remixing audio uploads. That sounds really cool. And you can also share your lyric videos. They've worked on their lyric videos, which is pretty cool. Now let's talk about the audio quality. So they are generating 48 kilohertz stereo tracks, and within 1.5 you'll experience improved clarity, instrument separation, transients, coherence and musicality across your generations. But in the world of music, hearing is believing. Okay, I may not sound amazing because I've just had a humongous nosebleed, but I'm all better now. So let's listen to the first example of version 1 of Udio.
Loving you tonight, I think I've got it all. What tomorrow holds, maybe something more. When I see you smile, I escape my trouble. Loving you tonight, tonight, tonight.
Okay, so that's version 1. Now that does sound quite typical of Udio. For those only interested in Suno, I'll try and put in the timestamps in the description. Obviously there's a bit more Udio footage because they've released a lot more updates. So now let's check out version 1.5. Oh, and before I start, you notice the lyric videos are really good. It's just one image in the background, but you've got the equalizer underneath Udio, and then you've actually got the highlighted text as they're spoken out or sang out, which is really cool. So now let's have a listen to version 1.5.
I think I've got it all. What tomorrow holds, maybe something more. When I see your smile, I escape my trouble. Loving you tonight, tonight, tonight.
Okay, so I can really tell an improvement in audio quality. The mix sounds a lot clearer compared to version 1. Version 1, it sounds like all of the instruments are kind of together. Version 2, 1.5, it's really sounding a lot more clarity, which is brilliant to see. Now let's check out the second example of number 1, version 1.
Wake up late again, hit snooze to start. I might seem grown up, but I'm slacking at heart. Get a job, be on time, what's the big ordeal? There's something about me, you gotta know. I'm a procrastinator. Don't wanna do it now, I'll do it later. I'm a procrastinator. Don't wanna do it now, I'll do it later.
Okay, quite a catchy song there, but again the mix is very close to each other with the instruments. Oh wow.
Wake up late again, it's news to start. I might seem grown up, but I'm slacking at heart. Get a job, be on time, what's the big deal? There's something about me, you gotta know. I'm a procrastinator. Don't wanna do it now, I'll do it later. I'm a procrastinator. Don't wanna do it now, I'll do it later.
Yeah, huge improvement yet again. When these models first came out, and not so long ago, maybe less than a year, it was very obvious to musicians that they were generated with AI music. It's now getting more difficult with this new model, I can definitely say that. It's still not quite radio quality from my point of view, but it's close. I think it's getting very close. Let's check out example 3, version 1.
1, 2, 3, answer the 5. Sun's down, take a caddy, let's ride. Malibu in the rear view by. Roll them up, let's fly. Fresh spritz, mama sees it alright. Slow swerving so the beats don't lie. Drip, drip, cause it's Friday night. Top down so the hands go high. Sizzle, rizzle in a V1.5. Leather bands of a Gucci guy. Street lights, starlight, black sky. Shiny, come close, baby, don't be shy. So everybody TikTok, look alive. Never been ready, but today I might. Triple crown, wolf pack, stand by. Can't stop now, cause the fever won't die.
Again, very catchy, 1.5.
Oh
wow. Okay, I've had to stop there. You can really hear the bass line coming through now. The vocals are a lot crisper. The beat sounds more wider. Oh, such an improvement.
Street lights, starlight, black sky. Shiny cocos, baby, don't be shy. To everybody TikTok, look alive. Never been ready, but today I might. Triple crown, wolf pack, stand by. Can't stop now, but the people won't die.
Okay, I wouldn't know that that was AI music generated. I'd probably say it's from the 90s to early 2000s. But I'm very impressed with the results. Of course, these have been cherry picked, so that's something to bear in mind. But yeah, so impressed with that new model. So now there's a dedicated creation page. So they've added the creation page with a unified view of their creation features and the song library, which is really important. So you can stop page hopping and find your creative flow. Okay, so this is from Udio themselves. This is a create page update.
This is an overview of the new create page available on Udio V1.5. The first thing that you'll notice is much of the functionality that was previously available in the prompt bar is now available on an entire section of the screen. For instance, suggestions, the ability to access manual mode, the different models, Udio 130, which generates 2-minute 10-second clips, and Udio 32 can be selected here. Lyrics, ranging from the auto-generated to instrumental to custom, where you can write your own custom lyrics, is available right here. And then for advanced features, for the power users out there, prompt strength, lyric strength, seed, clip timing, lyric timing, clarity, a new introduction, and generation quality are all available on this pane of the screen. You'll also notice a new pane on the right-hand side, which allows me to easily access all of my creations to bring them into the editing context. For instance, let's imagine that I wanted to work on this.
So they've really improved the UI here. They've spent a lot of time redesigning it, and it's nice to have that in different sections on the same screen. I think that's a huge benefit.
Song Gotham Reverie. I can then click on the song, which would open it in this side pane here.
See, previously you would have had that as an entirely new page, so it's nice to see that you don't have to keep switching pages now.
And I could then press Create to either remix, extend in Paint, or grab information about this creation if I wanted to bring them back over to the left-hand side of the page. In this case, I'll click Extend, and you can see this has then begun the Extend context on the left-hand side of the creation page. And here I can go through all of the functionality of adding an intro, adding a section, adding an outro, customizing my lyrics. I could also even go in and begin cropping and extending. There are further advanced features available at the bottom, similar to the Create section, but
I think the only challenge with this UI, because I am from a tech background, is remembering the drop-down boxes to expand what you want to see on that particular screen. But I think once you get used to the new UI, then you'll really get into it.
Everything is very easily accessible on the left-hand side of the page. If I then decided that I wanted to return and actually work on the song City Swing, I could do so very easily by going through the same flow, clicking Remix in this case, and bringing it here. Additionally, you'll notice that the Create button changes color and text and functionality when you use this Create.
That's much better as well, because the Create button became confusing if you wanted to create a brand new generation. because you were concerned that it was just going to use the last generation, so you had to double check things. It's nice that they've updated that.
Context. For instance, I can click here and actually just change this to in-paint, and this will then allow me to immediately go into the in-painting context. So it's much more straightforward now than it was previously to edit and iterate your creations to get the ultimate product that you really like.
Love that. I think that's a huge step forward for Udio. Now, in terms of stem downloads, what I love about Udio is that it's not like Suno where you've only got vocals and you've only got instrumentals. Now that Udio have released this functionality to break out, say, drums, bass, I do wonder if Suno has already developed that functionality and is just going to release it to try and step ahead of the game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. But let's check out the stem downloads update.
This is an overview of the stem download functionality in Udio version 1.5. I've navigated to the track detail page for this song, Unbreakable Bonds, and I've decided that I'd like to use some of the stems in this work in a creation process off-platform, perhaps in a digital audio workstation. So in order to generate the stems, I just will press the download button, and then I will select a download type. I'll choose stems in this case, which will generate 4 WAV files by default. Here we can see they have been generated, and I can play through each of them. For instance, here's the drum stem.
Now, it has been known with this stem separation that it's not always precise, so you may get a bit of overlap, you may get a tiny bit of vocal in some of the drum tracks or whatever, which is a bit unfortunate. If you are looking to, if you're not happy with, say, Udio's results, what you can do is you can go to a website called lalalal.ai, and that's like a really advanced stem extractor of a track. And I think it can do like up to 12 extractions or something. So yeah, check that out if you're interested.
And you'll be able to preview the drum stem. Same thing for the bass, other, and then as well the vocal stem. Again. If I like all of these, I can simply press download all, and this will download all of the WAV files to my machine for usage elsewhere.
See, that is incredible technology, and it's good that Suno's also released it, even though it's just vocals and instrumentals. That's still a huge step forward, guys, compared to what we had before. You know, especially I feel for a lot of people trying to get into the space that are trying to find all of this stuff out. So I really hope that this video helps. I do wonder from this video how many people are now going to want to switch to Udio to try out all of this functionality if they're Suno users. So they've also released this remix functionality. So you upload a track and it'll remix it. So this is a remix medley, and basically users are able to upload their own tracks and remix them, and it'll allow you to take your own music and reimagine it in new and creative ways. Now, this is some functionality that I have already done. I've already created a double album of remixes, AI generated remixes based on my best hits as Cyber Monday synth pop synthwave artist. So yeah, I might do a video about that when I'm back home. We'll wait and see about that. But let's check out this medley of remixes. I'm actually blown away by all of those different genres that it can do. Even the synthwave one sounded absolutely amazing. So impressed with that. Now, key control is something that Udio now offers. I'd love Suno to do that, because a lot of people are saying, you know, they want their own generations to be particular music keys, so that's now possible by simply adding a key to the actual prompt itself, such as C minor, A flat major, etc. They do say that it's not perfect, so some results may differ. That's the same for every platform, isn't it? You do find that some people are doing like 200 generations for one track at the moment. They must be perfectionists. Other people will just do like 5 and be happy with one of them and then take that one and extend it. So it is interesting how different people use the tool. Key control is not perfect, so some results may differ from your intended key, but with this feature you will be able to exert more harmonic control over your creations. So these are 2 examples showing what is possible when generating with the same prompting parameters, such as seed, lyrics, etc., but changing the key from C major to C minor.
All night long I've been crying.
Yeah, that's definitely major.
Can't you see that I'm dying?
Even though the lyrics are very sad.
You and me never.
Okay, I get the idea. Now C minor.
All night long I've been crying. Can't you see
Oh yeah, that's definitely minor.
that I'm dying?
Is he? Okay, so you get the gist. Improve global language support, supporting more languages. I've got an example in Mandarin.
画面闪着微光，回忆总游戏了忧伤，写在文件。
Okay, that's cool. And shareable lyric videos. So the new song videos highlight lyrics, as I've said, and maximize shareability across social platforms. So they've done an intro. I'm not going to play that now, but because I've done so much Udio footage, but hope that's helped in terms of the Udio 1.5 updates. And, you know, Suno, this is a competitive space now. So I think it's really exciting that we've just literally had these drop. I think Suno did theirs first, and then literally Udio dropped them, I think in the same day, or if not the next day. But I think it's just amazing new technology. It really is. And obviously it's just for Pro and Premier users for Suno. So that is definitely something to bear in mind. Okay, so because I'm on holiday, I really wanted to show you the Suno updates actually for real, rather than just updating you on the actual feature descriptions. So this guy is called Textploder. Jason, and he's very good at explaining this. And what I've done is I've gone through this video to find out the best kind of clips to show you for the updates of Suno, and it is Creative Comments, and make sure you check out his channel if you're interested in the whole video. It's 43 minutes, it is a live, and just going through a tutorial of the live stream with Jason. So it's Textploder on YouTube. So yeah, let's have a listen to this track, and then he's just going to quickly show you the functionality of actually the splits.
I don't know why I couldn't think of her name. It's like it was there and then suddenly it disappeared. Okay, so reminder that what you were listening to was an extension of a song that I wrote, or at least a little blurb that I wrote. That was this. Like back in January. And so that whole like song that you heard was, you know, kind of a take on that. And I'm more interested, more impressed by what I'm hearing now than I was the other night. Could be the other night I was just tired. But let's take this first thing that I liked. Let's go ahead in this little drop down area, and now I have the get stems. So I'm going to go ahead and get stems. Now it's going to fire those off, and you see the only stems you can get right now in Suno is instrumental and vocal. So there is no breaking out the stems, you know, like, oh, there's that instrument. I really want that instrument. Like I said on AI Inside today, I really want that tuba. You can't break out the tuba. Not yet. It's all instruments and it's all vocals. No.
But then what you could do is you could get the instrumental stems, and then you could use another AI tool to split just those out, and then hopefully you've already got the clean vocals already done. Or you could just do the whole thing and la la la, which is what I've already said. I think eventually this functionality will come to Suno.
How well it does that is a big question. I'm super curious to know how well it does it. Yeah, no question. The Ozone Nightmare says, I'm sure it'll improve over time, but we're in the middle of an explosion of this content, so that association will have already formed. It's impressive, though. No doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, it is
I'm just going to skip a little bit just so the generation hurries up.
exploding right now. I'm really curious to see, at the rapid pace that we're at right now, I can only imagine it's only a matter of time before Udio gets stem capability, and I really hope so. As a musician, I want more granular control over that stem kind of approach. I want to be able to pull out the bass. I want to be able to pull out, the synths or the guitars or the effects or whatever. Just having all instruments still doesn't really do a whole lot for me. But anyways, I'm curious to know. I mean, pulling out the vocal stems, now that could be a thing that a lot of people want to do, because then you could remix those vocal stems in whatever way you want. However, it's my view that AI-generated vocal tracks like what you're hearing through Suno aren't that great to begin with. They do have that kind of that papery, washed-out kind of quality. Hi, Const71. When you say you can do this with OBS Studio, what is the this that you're talking about? I'm curious. Let me know.
There we go.
Please.
So that's twice the speed.
But welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So we've got our stems. Vocal first. All right, so what is the vocal? We're here in silence until it comes in all washy and stuff.
Walking down this empty street, night is young, lights flick.
And important to say, actually, if the generation of the vocal is not great to begin with, it's not going to sound great when you extract it as a stem. It's not going to improve it in any way. Perhaps that's a future enhancement, in that perhaps it'll regenerate the vocals for higher quality. Now that would be cool.
Stars above, they guide my way. In the dark, I find the day.
Okay. All right. That's, again, it's okay, so it isolated them. Great. The quality of the vocals itself, and I don't think it's a product of the isolation nearly as much as just the generation to begin with, is not amazing. In this example, maybe there are ones that are amazing. Const writes, stems, splitting vocals from instrumentals. And an OBS? That's why would OBS have that? That's so interesting. Like the broadcasting platform? I mean, I use OBS for some of my records, but not in the music production sense. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. Okay, and I agree. These are not clean stems. It's clean in the sense that
City whispers in my ear.
Yeah, you hear that those little dropouts.
Echoes bounce from every.
That is a very good point. It does still need cleaning up those vocals if you want to create a decent track.
Wall. In this maze I stand tall. I'm wandering.
There's not enough fidelity to the vocal. But again, I don't know that that's necessarily the stem feature as much as it is the generation of those vocals to begin with, and kind of touching on what you were saying, the Ozone Nightmare, that breathy kind of papery quality is going to improve over time. These systems.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because we're in a very competitive space now with these two competitors. It's only a matter of time before those vocal generation sounds a hell of a lot better or can be improved upon.
We'll get really good at it. I guarantee it. We've seen it in imagery. We're going to see it in audio. It's just taking a little bit longer. So that'll be solved. And then maybe, remixing an AI-generated vocal, in this way might make sense. Okay, so let's listen to the instrumental. This is the version that we heard with the vocals removed.
And the problem for me is the fact that when there is some overlap between the actual instrumental sounds into the vocal stem, that basically means that part of that instrumental has been taken off. It's been stripped of whatever is included in the vocal mix, which is unfortunate. And I wish it was something that AI needs to get it right at the end of the day. And vice versa. You may get a hint of vocal in the instrumental mix.
Yeah, well, it's not perfect. Still got it in there. It's just way quieter. Yeah.
So there you go. I'm going to stop it there. Thanks, Jason, for that. Hope you like these updates, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.